Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We are here at Marion Local High School where the Minster Wildcats take on the Marion Local Flyers. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwieterman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, Cy Schwieterman, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Associates of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, NKTel Productions, NKTelco Sports, and First National Bank. Bringing you tonight's game between Marion Local and Minster. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me is Jeff Henshin for tonight's game between the Flyers and the Wildcats. A long-standing rivalry in the MAC, and tonight, kind of a special occasion. Both teams are ranked in their respective divisions #1 in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, a good start for both teams, Dave. Marion Local undefeated with a big win last week against Coldwater. They're #1 in Division 6. Minster's off to a great start this year as well, defeating St. John's last week. They're #1 in Division 7. Marion Local has dominated the series as of late. They've won 7 of the last 8. Minster's lone win coming back a few seasons ago in the playoffs. But Minster, I think, looking to be much more competitive tonight and make it a game and have a chance to win at the end.
It's a great high school matchup from Marion Local and Booster Field here in Maria Stein. We will be back here on NKTelco Sports for the Battle of the Unbeatens. Minster and Marion Local next on NKTelco Sports.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. Carriage Works thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. Carriage Works now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. Carriage Works has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for Carriage Works. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Marion Local and Minster here on NKTelco Sports. There you see the Flyers. They're introducing the starting lineups for tonight's game. And as one would expect, the blue and gold of Marion Local 3-0 on the season with the big win over Coldwater. Fired up for tonight's game with a near capacity crowd here at Booster Field. And Jeff, we take a look at the numbers over the first 3 games, and it is almost frightening to look at the statistical analysis between these two teams.
The scores have been identical as far as total. Both teams have scored 89 points in the season. Each team has given up just 14, so the defenses have been great. The stats are very similar too. It should be a very interesting game. You got to think of Marion Local defeating Coldwater last week, a big upset win there, Dave. They lost 2 years in a row to Coldwater. Will this be a bit of a letdown? I doubt it, but that was a huge game. Now they got another big one here against Minster this week.
And you look at Minster, a very similar start a very similar team as to what they were a year ago when you start to really look at what they've done, but they're playing exceptionally well here in the first 3 games of the year with Jared Hilsman, Player of the Year in the MAC last year, Isaac Schmeezing filling in very capably in the backfield for Bryce Schmeezing. So the Wildcats, they're roaring too.
Yeah, they're picking up after a rough start last season before they beat Coldwater to run the table to get to the state finals. They've done well. You mentioned Jared Hilsman picking up right where he left off of last year, the reigning MAC Player of the Year. So hasn't had that Southport slump, if you will, but doing very nicely. He leads the Wildcats in rushing with 436 yards. He's throwing the ball very well for him for over 400 yards as well. So and just one interception. So he's done the job. And both of these teams, Dave, we talked about, have had some blowout wins as well. So a lot of the starters don't get a full 4 quarters, which allows other players to get in. More players get a chance to play in case of injury or what have you. You know, next player up can fill in and keep the momentum rolling.
I think it comes down in many ways to Marion Local's defense. Their numbers are terrific. How well can they stop the Minster offense? And our opening kick is underway, and it's going to go into the end zone. And the Flyers will have it 1st and 10. Matt Rethman there with the football for the Flyers, and Marion Local from Booster Field here in Maria Stein. It'll be 1st and 10 for Marion Local.
And Minster's defense has done well this year, as you mentioned, a couple of shutouts to start the season and just the 14 points given up in the second half last week against St. John's. But you have to face a very disciplined Marion Local offense, and got some big linemen up there for the Flyers. Big man John Dirksen, who got injured last year, has been back playing very nicely. He stands 6'5", just under 300 pounds.
Nathan Bruns, a junior quarterback. He'll drop back to throw it down over the middle. It's complete. 1st and 10 for the Flyers. They move across the 40-yard line. Nice catch there by Nick Tangeman.
Nice route, excellent timing, Dave. Right in stride, and he threaded the needle right in front of the Minster defenders, and quickly the Flyers to the line of scrimmage.
Beautiful drop back pass by the Flyers. Nice pickup, and it's 1st and 10 at the 45, pickup of 25. This time they'll go off the right tackle. That's number 13 for the Flyers, and Nolan Habadaz. Habadaz with a pickup of, we'll call it 3 yards, and we'll make it 2nd down and 7.
Habadaz had a big week last week against Coldwater. 2 one-yard touchdowns. One was on 4th down. That was the offense for the Flyers, and that gave them the 13-7 victory. Again, as we mentioned, knocking off the Coldwater Cavaliers.
2nd down and 7. Bruns is going to throw it, sideline pattern. Received, caught there by number 29, Derek Ruenkamp. Ruenkamp with the catch, and he's into Minster territory. The Flyer drive continues. 2nd first down of this opening drive, and they're at the Minster 40-yard line. They'll come out of the I this time. Bruns, fullback, will get the carry, but we've got a penalty marker. Alex Partington, or rather, double check that. Yep, Parkington.
Both these teams, Dave, Marion Local showing it right now, very quick to the line of scrimmage, very quick getting the plays off. We've seen Minster play already once this year. They likewise get to the line of scrimmage and go fairly fast. So if these tempos continue, we're going to have a lot of offensive snaps here in this game. Marion Local off to an excellent start.
This time they'll be out of the shotgun. Bruns is going to hand it off. Goes to the right side to Habadaz. He'll get across to maybe the 38-yard line.
Wasn't touched until he got to the line of scrimmage. He followed his lineman, number 74, John Dirksen. We talked about the big defensive end right there in your picture. Kind of opened up a nice hole. Habadaz not touched until he was past the line of scrimmage.
They'll call it the 39. It's 2nd down and 9 as Habadaz picks up a +1 after that penalty against the Flyers. He'll shift to the left side. Bruns, he'll roll to his left. Looks downfield. Pass tipped away. Nice defensive play there by Isaac Schmeezing, number 2. Or rather, Jared Hillsman, number 2. A senior, we talked about him on offense,
yes,
but he's an excellent defensive player.
Yeah, he plays both sides of the football, and he came up there. Nice timing play there that he got his hand up, knocked the pass away. The first incomplete pass by the Flyers, and brings up now a 3rd and long. And that penalty kind of hurt them, Dave. Marion Local had really been driving nicely. A simple 5-yard penalty, and now they're faced with a 3rd and long, or 3rd and 9.
Football rests at the Minster 39. They're out of the I formation. Bruns, Habadaz, he'll go nowhere. Stop there by number 65 for the Wildcats. That's Kyle Reithman, one of several Wildcats in on the stop.
Boy, the 6-foot sophomore, he timed that just right. Came up, found a gap, met Habadaz for a loss of 2. So excellent defensive stand there by the sophomore Reithman, and force a quick punt here by the Flyers after an excellent start.
Mesher will kick it away. Short kick, It's going to hit at the 20. Picked up by the Wildcats, and they'll move to near the 20, so they'll start their first series at the 20-yard line with 9:26 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Minster nothing, Marion Local nothing. And the Wildcats will go to the offensive side of the football for the first time.
Take a look at this replay. Dangerous play by Smeezing. That's a little bit different than fielding a ground ball at shortstop, and it turned out okay. Obviously, you don't want the ball to go by and let it roll closer to your goal line, but we've seen odder hops with an oblong shape, and fortunately for the Wildcats, Smeezing able to corral it and move the ball out a little bit further away from their goal line.
Smeezing's confident as a senior, and Hillsman, he'll go to the left side. He'll move it across the 20. That pushes it up to about the 22, making it 2nd down and 8.
Mentioned earlier, Jared Hillsman, the player of the year last year on offense, leads the Wildcats already with 436 yards of rushing, 3 touchdowns along with those those rushing attempts. So a nice 6.1 average for the quarterback, who has also just thrown to 1 interception in 3 games so far this season.
He'll be in the shotgun. Smeezing also in the backfield. Hillsman will run it. He'll go to the 25 before he is stopped by a host of Flyers. One of them, number 37, Caleb Bruns, a cornerback. A couple of other Flyers also in on the stop that time, so that'll set it up at 3rd down and 5. 8.5 minutes to go. Opening quarter of football.
You mentioned the Marion Local defense, about maybe that being a key and how Minster would react. Marion Local year in, year out, very good on defense, usually very stout against the run, giving teams very few yards. We've seen it late in the year where their stats are the offensive teams have done very little, and there they knocked down the pass attempt.
John Dirksen on the defense for the Flyers. Tipped that pass, and Dirksen, of course, known for his offensive line play, but he's also a very good defensive player, and he's headed for the University of Notre Dame. So take another look at that one. Hillsman's looking down and out. There's the play by Dirksen.
Good job by Dirksen reading the quarterback's eyes, and 6'5" already, and then you put your arms up, makes it very difficult to throw over.
Smeezing will kick it away. Nice punt, fielded at the 36-yard line. Here comes the return, and the Wildcats will bring the Minster or the Marion runner down.
Well, Minster's offense, Dave, doesn't do much in their possession. They don't take a lot of time off the clock. And Marion Local, excellent field position. Remember, their first drive started out very nicely until they occurred that one hiccup, the penalty. But now they get another chance here with the ball just on their side of the 50-yard line to go back to work on offense.
It's just amazing how one mistake like that penalty can set you back. But
even against good teams.
Yep, good teams.
Good teams have trouble. You know, those 3rd and longs are not always fun.
Out of the eye, it's Parchington. He'll go forward on the quick hitter, and he'll pick up, we'll call it 2 yards, make it 2nd down and 8.
21 carries coming into the game for Partington. Just 75 yards on the ground. Not a lot of yards, but it keeps the Minster defense honest so they don't focus on maybe Habadaz coming out of the backfield. Just another weapon, another tool that the Marion Local offense can throw at you.
Bruns will take it from the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. Intercepted. That's Hillsman. He's at midfield. He'll go across the 45 and to about the 43-yard line. So a mistake by the Flyers, and Minster's Hillsman with the interception. And now the Wildcats will have the football in Marion Local territory here in the first quarter of play.
Well, we mentioned Hillsman, as you see here, the good read again. He did it on the other side of the field, but knocking it down. This time he's able to get 2 hands on the ball and read it well. And that's the first interception thrown by Nathan Bruns this season. And that might be the 3rd. I'm going to check here. I know that might be the 3rd INT for Hillsman.
Pass just a little bit short, and Hillsman right there. And as we said earlier, a few moments ago, Hillsman is an excellent defensive player. Can recall in that Fort Loramie game, it was a big part in a couple of goal line stands for the Wildcats against Fort Loramie. Schmazing with the carry and no gain that time, so it'll make it 2nd down and 10.
Tyler Mesher on the stop there for the Flyers. Their defense going to try to come make a stand of themselves here and not let the Minster offense take advantage of the great field possession, build any momentum.
Second down, they'll call it 9. Hillsman's going to run it, a draw up the middle. He'll push that football to about the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 2, so we'll call it 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd down and 7. 6:20 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. There you see the Flyers defense. Number 31, Ben Holman.
Going back of an interception by Hillsman. That's his first interception of the season. Alex Lemko, number 3, has 2 on the season, and it's Austin Brown, number 14, leads the Wildcats in INTs with 3. But for Hillsman, his first of the year, and he gives one up off the deflection.
Intercepted. Flyers will have it up near midfield. Pass deflected. And that's number 34 for Marion Local with the interception. That's John Tangeman, junior safety.
Nice replay here. Ball just a little high off of the intended receiver, Austin Brown. And it's a game of inches. That ball down maybe 6 inches, and Brown catches it. Instead, he extends maybe 6 inches behind him. And right place, right time for the Flyers. They turn that turnover back into one of their own and have the ball again. Nice field position right at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Marion Local, 1st and 10, midfield. They fumble it right back. Loose football, and Minster will recover. There's a penalty on the play. Schmazing will have the recovery. Not sure what that penalty would be.
Habidas never had the ball cleanly. He was bobbling it during the handoff, and we'll take a look here and see once if Minster can hang on to it. They'll wave off the penalty.
They'll wave the penalty off, so it's Minster football at the 41-yard line. Take a look at it again. You're right, Jeff. Never had the football, and Schmazing all over it.
His first fumble recovery of the season, and Schmazing was the one was he the one that fielded the punt for the Wildcats? So he's
used to handling the ball on the ground.
He saw another ground ball, if you will, able to corral it, and boy, about 6 plays, 3 turnovers, and maybe 4 plays, 3 turnovers. And
Hillsman, he'll take a high snap, but move it forward. He'll get it to about the 47-yard line. So that'll make it 2nd down and 3. That's a pickup of almost 7 yards for Hillsman.
Nice pickup on 1st down. Makes it now 2nd, obviously, much more manageable.
Everybody's having a hard time hanging on to the football here in the opening quarter of play. Hillsman, fake, downfield. Here it goes.
Austin Brown.
Brown with the catch. He's going to go into the end zone. Minster touchdown. 5:05 to go. No penalty marker.
52 yards, Dave, on that strike, and nice play action. They kept the defense honest with the play action, and Brown stutter stepped and took off an excellent throw.
Austin Brown, a 6'3" sophomore, makes the catch.
Well, they go right back to Brown, who the last time had to go off his hands, and this time Hillsman and Brown connect. Good timing, very tough to defend, and a big strike for the first score of the game.
Hoying will hold it, and Schmazing will kick it. Make that Kettner on the hold. Place is down, kick is up, and it's good. Big play time for the Minster Wildcats as they jump out to a 7-0 lead as you see the home run ball here on NKTelco Sports. Minster 7-0 over Marion Local.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Two-yard strike from Hillsman to Brown has put Minster up here in the first quarter of play, 7-0 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 5:05 to go. Wildcats strike first. It's 7-0, and Smeezing will kick it off.
First touchdown the Marion local defense has given up through the air this season, and a nice execution offensively by the Wildcats. And probably the first time Minster has led against Marion local in at least 3 or 4 seasons.
Here comes the return by the Flyers. They'll get it across to about the 26-yard line. Return there by number 10, Matt Rethman. Rethman gets the football to the 26, so the Flyers will be 1st and 10 at their own 26, and they'll mark it at the 27. Lots of turnovers, couple of interceptions, a fumble, and a penalty, all here in the first quarter of play. And then the big strike, the big play from Minster to jump out 7-0. Here comes a sweep to the right side, and there's another fumble. I don't know how Minster, with 3 players surrounding that football, they'll have it. And the recovery by number 85. That's Cody Frericks, a junior.
Ball was
Keller
punched out
goes
by
to right
34. August Bainline got his hand in there to knock the ball away from the running back. Now the 3rd turnover in excellent field position for the Wildcats.
So Minster, can they capitalize? 4:50 to go here in the opening quarter. They have great field position, the football at the 29, and boy, this really puts some additional stress on the Marion local defense.
Yeah, the defense has to come up here and help their offense out. Offense after starting the game with an excellent drive until that penalty is really self-destructed here. See once the defense can make a play, but Minster on that first down again, good positive yards on first down.
Pass caught there by Jack Heitbrink, number 25, 6'3" junior. Takes the pass from Hillsman. And that'll make it 5-yard pickup, 2nd down. We'll see how they mark that.
Take a good look here again, not touched, and a strong aggressive tackle there to knock him down, but not until they get 6 yards. So good first down following the turnover, and Minster, the score here really can put some pressure on that Marion local offense. A lot of time to play though.
6-yard pickup on the pass. Hillsman, he'll run it up the middle. Stop there by number 40 for the Marion local Flyers. That's Jack Beaning, linebacker, on the stop against Hillsman. Clock now approaching 3:50. 3rd down, short 21-yard line.
A lot of time here for the Wildcats offense. They've got 2 throws, 2 downs, if you will, to get it. But
3rd down and 2. Do you do something different?
Well, we'll see.
Look down the middle again.
Of course, the field is much shorter now, so the defense not quite as spread out as it was when the ball was on the other side of the 50.
Hillsman will have the first down, but a penalty marker, and that's usually not a good sign for the offense.
It's holding against the Wildcats, so that'll move him back about a total of 13 yards. It looks like the penalty is about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, maybe 4. Tack on another 10. So again, how will Minster now recover, react, overcome, if you will, the penalty that maybe deflate the momentum they had going into this drive?
Hillsman took that step back and hung on to the football.
I assume maybe the tackle, maybe that was the hold on 34 possibly. I don't know.
I don't know. That looked like a pretty good block, but it's hard to say. They look towards the sideline. Play comes in.
Play clock under 5 seconds. They're going to have to hurry, Dave, here to get this off to avoid another They're going to take timeout.
They'll take a timeout. We will take a timeout here on NKTelco Sports. Big play coming up. Our score now, Minster 7, Marion Local nothing. We'll be back right after this.
I happened to pivot wrong and hurt my knee. I ended up tearing my ACL. It hit me pretty hard because I love playing lacrosse. I met my surgeon and he made me feel confident about being able to get back into playing lacrosse. They always just took such good care of me and they really were confident in what they were doing, which made me feel confident that I would be able to get back to playing lacrosse.
Minster takes the timeout. They were running the clock down there and just a second or two left, and they wisely take the timeout. It's a very big play here. 3rd down and 15. A holding penalty drops them back, but they're trying to capitalize on a Marion Local turnover, which Hillsman will throw it. Going long on the sidelines for Schmeezing, but they're going to call
penalty.
Penalty flag comes flying out. Like to take a look at that one more time.
I didn't notice anything. I can't say I was watching that closely. The ball seemed to be out of the reach of Schmeezing's reach. Be a big penalty if it is against the Flyers.
That's going to go against Minster.
No wonder I wasn't. Well, I didn't see it there. It must have happened before he made his break. I know the whole side of this crowd, Dave, was unhappy when they saw the penalty, but now much more receptive, knowing that it was against the Wildcats, and that's
the
a
only
huge
thing you
step
could say
off.
is the push off maybe
Had to
when he
have been
made the break.
I didn't see it, and boy, now it's 3rd and forever. Remember, they had the ball down on about the 22, 23-yard line, and now they're at the 50.
Now they can throw long.
Yeah, now they've spread that field open like I talked about. Make the defense play a lot more.
They're going to go safe. Schmeezing right
Penalty.
side, another penalty. That's going to be a hold. I'm almost positive of that.
Wow, if that's against the Wildcats, that's going to make it about 3rd and 41. I almost feel like I'm watching a Browns game from last year.
Did you see the one?
Not this year, last year. We're a different team this year. When I say we, I have nothing to do with it, but I'm a Browns fan looking for some improvement.
Long-suffering Browns fan.
Oh.
There are many of us out there. That's for sure.
Well, now it is 3rd and 41. We'll take a look.
Take a look at a replay. There's a hold, right? Well, I'm not sure if it's, yeah, right there. That's the hold, or not sure what they might call it these days, but that's the penalty.
3rd and 45.
I saw our college team had a, 3rd and 90-some?
Really?
Yeah, they got pushed back. Snap went over the quarterback, and it kept on rolling.
Wasn't penalty related too much, but
no. Hillsman in the pocket, looking for Brown, and boy, all sorts of collisions on that one, but this time the flag stays in the pockets of the officials, and that means it's going to be 4th and long, and Minster misses out on a great opportunity there, really.
Refresh my memory. Did this drive not start with a fumble by the Flyers? And Minster had on the 23-yard line of Marion Local, and then
that's correct.
The bottom fell out. And here we are at 4th, and evidently the to-go distance on the scoreboard doesn't go up that high. It's just blank.
2:19 to go. 7-0 Minster.
4th and
45. First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Schmeezing, high kick. It's going to be fielded at the 33-yard line by Marion Local, and they'll pick up about 5 yards.
Well, the Marion Local offense has got to regroup. They've turned the ball over 3 times here in the first quarter. We still have just over 2 minutes to play, so it's up to the offense now to refocus and take care of the football and try to move the chains a little bit.
They are very fortunate that it's only 7-0.
Their defense has done a nice job, albeit some of the Minster offensive penalties have aided that, but the defense has only given up the one big score and have had their backs against the wall. Now it's time for the offense to do something at least positive to keep the ball.
Bruins, he's going to hand off left side. They try to go around the corner. Minster tries to contain it, but nonetheless, it's a nice pickup by the Flyers, and that's
Ruffman.
Number 10, Matt Ruffman, with the carry.
There for a while, it looked like he was doing a lot of east and west running. He wasn't maybe going to gain much. If we get another look at it, near the end, he's able to kind of get low and get to the ground. But again, another penalty is going to wipe out that effort. I missed the penalty, but it was probably another holding call or illegal block.
It's a major penalty.
2 minutes even to go in this quarter, and a lot of mistakes so far.
Definitely been a mistake-prone first quarter of play for these two teams. Bruins, he's going to look long.
Wants a
he's
bunch.
Going deep. Pass incomplete.
I believe
At about the
Tangeman.
42 of Minster, as Tangeman, the intended receiver, Nick Tangeman, he had to go one way and then back the other to try and get underneath the ball, and it's incomplete with 1:41 to go. Let's take another look at that.
Bruins and Tangeman are tough to defend. Bruins stands 6 feet 6 inches. Tangeman 6 feet 4 inches. So they're rather tall fellas throwing the ball back and forth. So it makes it tough for the defensive backs, usually not quite as tall, to defend. But Marion Local still, even with that advantage height-wise, couldn't come up with a catch.
They got three receivers to the right side. Bruins, he's going to throw it. Here comes the rush. Short pass to Tangeman. He fumbles it.
Oh, my.
Boy, is that a loose ball. Look at that scramble. Let's see who comes up with it.
They're saying no catch, maybe. That's going to be another tough one. You
They're
know,
going to call it incomplete.
I believe so. Tangeman maybe didn't have it long enough.
Not so sure.
I don't know. That was a tough. Did he maintain it and make a football move after he called it? Did he read the label? Did he look at it?
Wow.
Incomplete pass break for the Flyers, or else that'd have been their fourth? I'm losing track here. Fourth turnover of the first quarter.
Yes. That's 90 seconds remaining in what's been a wild first quarter of play. Number 8, Ryan Koenig comes into the game. There's a snap. And Burns is going to fall on it at the 10.
It's easy to criticize, but big games sometimes bring out the butterflies in all of us. And right now, Marion Local really having a case. I won't call it a jitters, just not executing, obviously. And they had a big game last week, but you can't believe that they would be overlooking the Wildcats. I mean, they know they're a good team, and just right now not executing very well at all in a lot of facets of the game, especially on offense.
It's a league opponent, unbeaten. Kick is away by Mesher. Fair catch at midfield by Schmeezing at the Marion Local 45. So Minster will have great field position here as there's 50 seconds left in the first quarter. And
Minster, though, nearly collided with each other. Both receivers were calling for the fair catch, and luckily, though, one of them, I believe it was, you said, Schmeezing maybe came away with the catch, but they were moments away from having that ball pop free.
Well, let's see what happens here. It's certainly been an interesting first quarter of football. Here come the Wildcats. And, one thing this is, fourth week of the season. It's a warm evening, and we haven't had that yet. It'll be interesting to see how these players who are going both ways will handle this. Short pass to Heitbrink, and it's incomplete. Clock stops with 46 seconds.
That time Heitbrink looked like he was making his move before he caught the ball, and it falls incomplete. But, yeah, you mentioned it is rather a warm night considering the first 3 weeks, to my memory, haven't been extremely hot. It's
kind of typical football weather, but this evening it's...
Of course, we're in this crock pot.
Yeah, it's a little warm where we're at.
Maybe we are warm, but maybe it's nice for the players. But other than that, a beautiful night, no wind at all. It's very calm, and you mentioned an excellent crowd here this evening.
Hillsman's going to roll right and try and throw it. It'll be incomplete.
Austin Brown, the intended receiver on the far side, Dave, just really nowhere to go and threw it to really where no one else but Brown could catch it. It falls incomplete.
So that makes it 3rd down and 10. as this first quarter extends itself.
It's taken forever. It seems like a strong half hour, maybe 33 minutes already. Of course, with all the penalties and the turnovers, that will lengthen these 12-minute periods a little bit longer than what is normal.
3rd down and 10. Ilsman out of the shotgun. Schmiesing will get the football. He'll get to the 41-yard line, and that.
One more play. Maybe. I guess the play clock hasn't started yet.
There you see Hilsman on the replay. Schmiesing, left side. Tackle there, number 51 for the Flyers.
Minster will not take another snap. They will let it wind down, Dave.
They'll let the quarter wind
challenging
down.
First quarter.
It's been a challenging one, is correct, Jeff. A mistake-prone quarter, and our lead belongs to Minster, 7-0. We'll be back right after this.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler, with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community, with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Minster will punt it away here to start the second quarter. Schmiesing will kick it off. And there's the catch by the Flyers, and they'll move it up to near the 15-yard line as the return by Matt Ruthman. And it will be at the 16, 1st and 10 for Marion Local, and they'll just have to see if this quarter turns out just a little bit better than the first one, Jeff.
They only had the ball for just under 5 minutes in the first quarter. I guess not that, just 7-5, if you will, but the 3 turnovers, the 2 fumbles, the 1 interception really has not allowed their offense to get any type of rhythm, and their defense has done its best to keep Minster just with the 1 score. So a new quarter and maybe a new look here for the blue and yellow, but not real sure what we have going on here, Dave.
Say, well, we've got a 11:51 to go here in the second quarter. The two teams go to the sidelines, so we'll take a break. Our score, Minster 7, Marion Local nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
$11:51 to go here in the second quarter. They had some sod repair to the field, and they're back in shape, and we're underway. Habadaz with the carry.
Nothing really working on the right side. Good job by the Minster defense. Short gain. Minster defense really no holes able to be broken open, and defense shuts down Habadaz.
That right side there is anchored by Minster's number 50, Anthony Bayline, and number 62, Sam Schmiesing, at least on that play, and they stop the rush. They'll go right back at that side, and this time, boy, they might pick up a yard, and that's about it.
I believe Kettner for the Wildcats, Dave, with a look at the stick here.
That's a pretty good one, wasn't it?
Heads up. Good tackle, good
Beautiful.
form.
Nice play there by Kettner. Junior with the stop. It's 3rd down and 7.
Again, another big stop play here for the defense for Minster. They can get Marion Local off the field.
Bruns is going to run out of the.
He needed 7, probably got 7.5, but
that's about it. But he's got a 1st down, and that brings the Marion Local crowd alive. They haven't had much to cheer about here in the 1st half so far.
They haven't had many 1st downs except for that first drive of the game, but Nathan Bruns here able to sense the pocket, kind of push open where the opening was, I should say, and again, needed 7, got 8. More importantly for the Flyers, a 1st down, move the chains, a new set.
Bruns. They're going to run the option, and boy, Minster's defense just all over that one. Bain line, once again, on that far side for Minster. See if we can see it. There's the fake.
Well, they almost
Bain
got
line,
Bruns,
and then number 13 with the stop for the Wildcats.
Jacob Hoyne.
Nice defense there by Minster. Boy, that was
they had everything
the first
covered.
guy.
Yep.
Took the runner and
first guy. You're right. One guy had the assignment on the runner. Next guy stayed on Bruns, the quarterback, and the third man, in this case Hoyne, tackled the ball carrier.
Beautifully executed. Abadaz.
Well, a lot of action there. I had trouble picking up where the ball was at. The defense for the Minster line did not.
Boy, just nothing going for the Flyers on offense. Take a look at this again, and there you see the fake, but boy, Minster just reads it so very, very well.
And like I said, there's a lot of action going on, and a good job by the Minster defensive line. And
3rd down and 14. Footballs at the Marion Local 24. First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Minster 7, Marion Local nothing.
Tangeman down out here on the right side of your screen. We'll see if they look his direction.
He looks back that way now, but he's under pressure. He's going to have to scramble. Bruins trying to find somebody. Here comes the hit. Pass will be incomplete.
A long play there, Dave, as Bruns able to lengthen the play, but could not find anyone open. Incomplete pass, though, and the Minster defense forces
Number 8, Ryan Koenig, was the eventual intended receiver.
And there was a penalty, ineligible man downfield. So through that scrambling, the lineman, you forget kind of where their 2-yard is that they're allowed to go past. And sometimes when the quarterback scrambles, you think he's going to run, so you begin to do some blocking. Then when he pulls back and throws, then you're the guilty man in trouble. So the 4th down to the Minster defense. They give up a 1st down, but they force a punt.
Mesher will kick it away for Marion. Stands at his own 5-yard line. Nice kick. Schmazing. He'll pick it up and he'll get it back to about the 34-yard line. I'll tell you, Schmazing's excellent punt returner. That play could have been 6 earned yards there for Isaac.
He's done a good job fielding those bouncing balls, if you will, coming his direction. That time the punt, very well hit by Tyler Mesher, and he got a good hop. It wasn't one of those hoppers on the ground, but he fielded it well and probably saved his team another 10 yards. Not a great return back, but it prevented the ball going again to their own goal line.
That was a great punt by Mesher. So it'll be 1st and 10. Minster will be at their 36-yard line. They huddle up with Coach Garen Stokes on the sideline. They break the huddle and come on out. Hillsman, the lone back in the backfield. 3 slot left, 1 receiver to the right side. They'll go to the short side. The pass is incomplete. So that'll make it 2nd down and 10. 8:30 to go, 2nd quarter.
Both teams' defensive have really kind of risen up now. You take away the big pass play that Minster hooked up with, the 52-yarder pass and catch to Austin Brown. Other than that, between penalties and good defense, it's been an offensive nightmare. Again, another penalty here. ineligible man downfield, so that'll push the Cats back. Remember, both these teams ranked in their respective divisions. Marion Local ranked number 1 in Division 6. Minster ranked number 1 in Division 7.
Let's see what the Wildcats do this time. Same set as the first down play. Hillsman's going to run it. He'll go up the middle.
The ball's loose. I didn't know when he came out, Dave, if it was already out of his hand. I thought he was down on the ground before he coughed it up. He gets back most of the penalty yards, or a good chunk of it.
So they'll call
it's
it
only 2 yards, so not about
2, and they're going to mark it. Oh, let's call that the 32-yard line, but it's second down 13 for Minster. Take a look at this one again, see if we can see if the ball pops loose. There you see it.
And he's
down right there. So, boy, they collapse on Hillsman in a hurry, don't they? Swarming Marion Local defense. Hillsman, he'll go left side.
It's Brown.
Brown will make the catch, and he'll have the first down.
It's going to be real close, Dave, maybe a yard short.
Nope, they're going to knocked out of bounds just before that first down.
A couple yards short.
I thought he had it. So it's going to be third down and 2. We've got a stop and play. Marion Local will take a timeout, I do believe. But we're going to keep it right here and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Cy Schwieterman, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports bring you tonight's game between Minster and Marion Local. Also like to remind you, the replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 are in HD on 503, Friday, September the 15th at 11, and Tuesday, September 19th at 7 p.m. Could have been a little bit short of the first down.
Yeah, he did his best just to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up a half a yard. So decision time here, 4th and short. Minster appears that they will send out the punting team, so a tough break for the Minster offense. A good job by the Marion Local defense on stopping the Wildcats and forcing the punt.
Big play by the Flyers that stops the Wildcats just a yard short of that first down. Schmeezing will stand at the Minster 31.
A nice kick again. That's a very well struck punt.
Rethman will field it. He'll go to the right side, and there's another penalty marker. Boy,
really disrupts
a lot
the
of yellow
flow.
flags.
And for the most part, all the penalties have been accepted. I'm looking back, there were 5 penalties total in the first quarter. We've had probably at least 3 or 4 here in the second quarter already. We're not even to halftime. Illegal block in the back.
Goes against Marion Local. 6:43 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Minster 7, Marion Local nothing. And now the Flyers will have some very, very tough field position, and considering the way the offense has been for the blue and gold, it's a tough situation they're facing.
Minster's defense can, again, make it very difficult here, force a punt. Don't let Marion Local get a first down. You think the offense then would have the opportunity to go to work near midfield.
Out of the I formation come the Flyers. Bruins is going to go long.
Tangeman.
Over the middle. Tangeman with a catch.
Excellent catch. I thought maybe the Wildcats would knock it down, but it slips through, and Tangeman, a huge reception.
Boy, they faced a tough challenge, and they respond quite well as you take a second look at that one. Nice form by Bruins. Cross to Tangeman. And a first down for the Flyers.
Austin Brown just a couple inches away of knocking that pass down. Instead, though, like you said, a big gain all the way out to 35-yard line.
Biggest play of the half offensively for Marion Local. Habitaz, he'll go right side. Call it 3 yards. Make it 2nd down and 7. The element of surprise, him dropping back and throwing in a well-run pattern by Tangeman, pulls the Flyers out of some tough field position. Tangeman, he'll go to the right side, as you can see. Habitaz in the backfield in the eye. Bruns looks for Tangeman, and he'll make the catch. Just short of that 1st down, though.
I think they're going to wave it off as incomplete. I think he dropped it.
Going to be incomplete.
Tangeman just to 5 receptions so far in 3 games coming in. But again, some of those games where they've been winning big, your offense doesn't need the pass play. But we see him tonight, he's a big target, 6 feet 6 inches or 6'4". And when you got Bruns at 6'6", those guys, that visibility becomes their advantage.
Another big play for Marion Local, 3rd down and 8. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Bruns is going to fake. He's going to go up the middle, and he'll have the 1st down and more, and he'll move into Minster territory. Boy, a well-executed play there by Bruns with the fake and the draw.
Had nothing real fancy at first. It was just a quick fake to the left, and the middle was open for him, and he took advantage of it.
The one receiver on the left side took a step towards him, and then he took the step back and off he took. Considering
all the motion we've seen and trying to figure out who has the ball in the backfield, that time very obvious, and Bruns kind of a simple fake, and the net effect was a 1st down for the Flyers.
Play action. Bruns is going long. Incomplete.
Almost thought that Marion Local maybe pushed off. Was that Mesher down there?
That was Mesher. Yep, Tyler Mesher, number 9, the intended receiver.
Looked like Mesher maybe nothing was called, but
that's a little street ball there. We're directing traffic.
Yeah, Bruns back there, good protection. Felt very comfortable buying himself a little bit more time, directing his teammate to go long, and net result, incomplete pass. But take another look at it here, see if we get
Bruns lets it fly.
Mesher on the back. There's maybe not so much.
Just a little bit off target, and it's incomplete. Bruns is going to go right side. Still on his feet, has the 1st down, has more across the 30 to near the 25-yard line of Minster. And Bruns' running ability is really bringing Marion Local's offense back to life here in the 2nd quarter. But a penalty.
Yeah, Nick, that'll wipe out another strong run by Nathan Bruns. I didn't see the call yet, but they're walking backwards. Assume it's a hold. So that'll wipe out the strong run. I was getting ready to say Bruns just 12 rushing attempts on the season for only 20 yards. He's had runs of 20, almost 2 consecutive runs in this drive, but that one will be wiped out, and again brings up 2nd and long.
That feels like the biggest penalty of the game, at least for Marion Local. Boy, they were moving the football. Let's see if they can bounce back. 2nd down and 18, 4:45 to go, 2nd quarter. Bruns out of the eye. Habitaz steps up. He'll block. Bruns goes to the right side, finds Tangeman at midfield. He'll lunge forward. And they'll mark it at the 49 of Minster. And he's going to be
3rd and 11.
3rd and 11, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock counting at 4:19 to go. Bruns stands at the Marion Local 45. He'll drop back. He's going down the middle. Almost intercepted. Pass incomplete. Down the middle. That'll stop the clock with 3:58 to go. And unfortunately for Marion Local, what looked to be a promising drive ends up in a punting situation. And that means Tyler Mesher will come onto the field and stand at the Marion Local 35.
It's been a common theme in this first half of the Marion Local offense. As you saw, the Bruins run that would have given them a first down and great field position near the red zone, wiped out with a penalty, and that's been about the case for all of their drives, either the penalties or the turnover, and haven't had many sacks. That's usually the worst case, the STP, sacks, turnovers, and penalties. The turnovers and penalties, 2 of those 3 have been huge for the Flyers here in the first half, but yet, as much as we talked about, Minster has had a number of penalties and such as well, and so it's an ugly game so far, but each team, right now, I should say Minster right now, just that 1-score advantage. And
lots of defense. 1st and 10, 3:52 to go here before the half. Minster, they'll have the football at their own 16-yard line. Hillsman with Schmeezing in the backfield. Schmeezing straight ahead.
Garen Stokes, the head coach of the Flyers, of the Wildcats. His team is, on the road here. They are off to a good start this year, 3-0. You look back to last year, they're state runners-up. They started off 2-4, and their next game that they were playing was Coldwater. I'm pretty sure, I never would have thought, but they upend Coldwater at home and then run the table and make it all the way to the state finals. So he's done a good job keeping his team focused, and they got off to a great start this season. And tonight, another penalty, but tonight almost like a playoff game because of feeling that you want to be competitive, that you got a shot at the MAC title as well. A lot of ball games to play, but
it's a huge game when you look at, you look at it from the league's implications, but then you look into the computer, take a look at the regional computer points, and it's huge, and with the changes that have been made there, and we have a penalty this time. Hillsman had taken the football and went out to the left side. It was in that season for Minster, you can look back at that game as that's when the roll started.
Yeah, if they would have lost, it would have been 2-5. You almost eliminate yourselves from playoffs. They get a big win and they roll on, and this year they're off to a good start, taking care of business, and right now they're playing very competitively with the Flyers, who have dominated them over the past few events or few matchups. But still a lot of football. There's Anna's playing well this year in league play. St. Henry again is playing well. So there's, I think, 5 MAC teams ranked in their respective divisions. So a lot of work, and you got to take 1 week at a time. And Garen Stokes in his 5th season. On the other side, Coach Tim Goodwin in his 19th season. So obviously the history with the Marion Local Flyers has been strong, but the Wildcats as of late have been playing good football. State champs a couple seasons ago, runners-up last year. They're beginning to turn their program around as well.
Pass is incomplete for Schmeezing. Stops the clock with 2:40 to go.
It was in this game last year where the Marion Local beat Minster at home at Minster. For Coach Goodwin, earned his 200th win a year ago. Then went on to finish the season
in convincing fashion.
It was a 44-6 game, I think. Won his 200th now with last season. This year, I think he has 214 wins and just like a handful of losses. 43, I think. So very good record for Coach Goodwin.
Hillsman with the fake. He'll be knocked out of bounds, and another penalty. They're going to have to dry clean those flags.
Yeah,
they're going to get a little green stain on them.
It's tough to get a flow going with this type of penalties, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be called, but boy, it really makes it a tough game to get any type of rhythm or confidence where you're almost holding your breath every time there's a play. Who made the mistake this time?
That's a hold, and that goes against Minster. That puts the football back to, we'll call it the 24-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 19.
Coach Goodwin, 214 wins on his career, 43 losses. Rough math, that's just under 85% of his games he's won at Marion Local in his I believe, 19th season.
This will be a rush. That's Schmeezing. Marion Local, no problem in reading it. Play a little slow and developing. Timeout, Marion Local. They're going to want to get the football back here, or try to get the football back here with some time, and We'll take a break as well. Our score, Minster 7, Marion Local nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us! At St. Henry, I saw them last week, and they're plenty good. They're good enough. They're good enough to play in this. So, Minster up 7-0, and they're looking at 3rd down and 15. Just talking about the competitive balance in the MAC this year. St. Henry and Anna, two teams knocking on the door also against teams like Minster and Marion Local and Coldwater, and of course Fort Recovery the last couple of years.
Right now, Fort
having
Recovery,
nice playoff runs.
Yeah, Fort Recovery state champion a couple of seasons ago. Every team in the Midwest Athletic Conference has at least won a game. So
Hillsman on the draw.
Every team, like I said, has won at least a game. So again, the league is always tough and appears to be very strong again this season as Marion Local timeout. They're going to try to get good field position. Minster will get the ball, I believe, to start the second half. So Marion Local would like to try to get a score, punch it in, and go into halftime and kind of go in even. And what a break that would be for them, considering all the miscues and mistakes that were made.
We'll take a break and remind you that of our sponsors bringing you tonight's game between Minster and Marion Local. Cy Schwieterman, Carriage Works, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, NKTelco Sports. I'll bring you tonight's game. Then our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First. And it's 7-0 Minster on that Think First scoreboard. Also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Friday, September the 15th at 11 o'clock, Tuesday, September 19th at 7 p.m., and you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. High punt by Schmeezing. It's fielded at the 35. Here comes the return. Across midfield.
Derek Ruenkamp with a nice return, Dave. That's going to give the Flyers
plenty of time.
What's that? Yeah, plenty of time. You're right. And they just have one timeout left. But boy, short field, and what I keep thinking is how many plays will it be until there's a penalty? You know, what great offensive progress is going to be negated, and we'll see once if the Flyers can play it clean.
Bruins is going to throw it downfield.
Tangeman.
Pass is complete.
Just under a 30-yard pickup. That's a nice way to start your 2-minute drive.
Tangeman with the catch. That puts it at the 20. Clock's at 2:05 to go here in the first half. Boy,
Plenty
a
of time.
touchdown here would wipe away a multitude of sins for the Flyers. Abadaz off to the right. Bruns is going to run it. Tries to move himself upfield, and he does across the 15-yard line.
Five-yard pickup, still plenty of time. Marion Local does have the one timeout in their pocket.
They quickly line up as the clock counts. Bruns Looks
looking for
down the
Tangeman.
middle. End zone touchdown. Tangeman with the catch. 1:32 to go. A 15-yard touchdown pass. Runs to Tangeman.
Boy, Kettner from Minster just about a half a step behind again. It looked like he had a good shot, knocking the ball down just out of his reach, and a good execution again by Nathan Bruns and Tangeman. They've hooked up a couple times already this evening.
Here comes the big extra point. Klosterman with the kick. And it's good. 1:32 to go here in the first half of play. And there you see the pass to Tangeman. The first touchdown for Marion Local. Our score, Minster 7, Marion Local 7. We'll be back after this.
If you want to save 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs, the answer is right under your feet. Let New Knoxville Supply install a water furnace geothermal system and use the natural temperature from the earth for a more constant temperature in your home. Also ask about our new Symphony Home Management System. Control temperatures, track energy usage, and receive safety alerts for everything, including your sump pump. All from anywhere, anytime. Now is the time to calculate your savings at newknoxvillesupply.com.
15-yard pass from Bruns to Tangeman, and the ensuing extra point kick, and Marion Local having a tough time on offense. Gets that touchdown with 1:32 to go here in the first half, and they have tied the Minster Wildcats at 7.
Well, they did so quickly, didn't give their team, if you will, a chance to make mistakes. No penalties, a quick scoring drive, couple just long, remember it was a 30-yarder from Bruns to Tangeman down to the 20, and then they finished it off with a 15-yarder. So now see if Minster can.
Here comes the return and
get something before halftime. Minster, I'm almost positive, will have the ball to start the second half. So you want to be careful here. Marion Local, just one timeout, really probably won't be able to call enough timeouts to get the ball back. But Minster surely doesn't want to make a mistake down here.
You would not think so. 1:25 to go. First and 10. Football resting at the 26.
Two
We're
timeouts
tied at
for
7.
Minster.
2 timeouts.
Maybe you hate to throw it deep and have it incomplete because then it's second and long. And then Marion Local, with a timeout left, could maybe force you to punt, and then you run the risk of the high snap, the block kick, etc. So kind of a tough call here. Do you want to try to go deep, get yourself a good gain, and then go at it, or run it up the middle, see if you bust something? If you don't, the clock continues to run, and you try to limp out of the first half with a tie.
Schmazing in the backfield. He'll get the football, and he will be stopped right away by the Flyers.
Aaron Brunswick on the stop there. Nice defensive stand there.
Play.
That might kind of set the stage for the rest of the half here as Minster doesn't appear to be in any hurry to run some more offense. They may run the play clock down, take a snap, and just kind of, again, be satisfied with a 7-7 tie. It's been a long first half, Dave. This game kicked off at 7:30. We're pushing 20 till 9, so
long first
hour
half.
and 40 minutes.
Hilsman, he'll go to the left side after the fake to Schmazing.
And that might just about do it here.
31-yard line.
Depending on when they wind the clock now, so that will force the Minster Wildcats to snap it one more time.
Third down, and we'll call it 5.
About a 5 or 6 second delay, so we'll see what happens here. Maybe Marion will make him at least try to punt it. Maybe a high snap.
They run this play and the half should be over. Schmazing. He'll move it forward, and that's going to end the first half of football here from Booster Field and Maria Stein, our halftime score.
A timeout was called by Marion Local. The official is motioning timeout, so there's going to be 1 second. So that will force the Wildcats really just go under center, take the snap, take a knee, and be done. You don't even have to have the long snap to punt it.
So we got a timeout, Marion Local. We'll take a break. Our score, Minster 7, Marion Local 7. We'll be back right after this.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CERA and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Can't hear a soul. We're tied at 7. 1 second remains on the clock. Marion Local takes the timeout, and Minster should probably just take the knee, I would guess, to end this first half of play.
And that appears what they will do, I think.
Got a free play, too.
Yeah, you're
Let's
not
see what happens.
Victory formation, but not. In this case, it won't be a long snap attempt, so.
Well, they're going to snap it to Hillsman. He'll take the knee.
There's
that
your half.
Ends the half. Our score, Minster 7, Marion Local 7. We'll be back right after this.
As a business owner, do you find yourself reviewing too many applications, or are you the job seeker filling out dozens of applications in an attempt to find employment? West Staff has been bridging the gap between employers and employees since 1988. Jobs range from manufacturing and clerical to specialized fields such as quality control and engineering. West Staff has the ability to operate as your company's entire HR department or simply payroll employees on a temp-to-hire basis. West Staff, your partner in business.
We knew that we could use Hometown Opportunity as an avenue to reach out to people, not just in this community, but across the state.
Hometown Opportunity was my saving grace, honestly.
We viewed it as a great resource for us to get the word out about our company.
I saw all the commercials, billboards, and I thought, just give it a shot, why not? And they offered me a photography job on the spot, which was thrilling because I've been searching for months.
The Hometown Opportunity website definitely makes that connection.
We're just moments away from the opening kickoff of the second half. Minster and Marion Local knotted at 7-7, which has been a very long first half of play. And taking a look at the statistics, Jeff, there's some interesting things. First of all, the time of possession for a 7-7 game is rather odd.
It's lopsided. Minster in favor there of time of possession. They've held it for just over 24 minutes compared to just over 12. Or just under 12 for the Flyers, so take it for what that's worth. Marion scored quickly in their only score of the game, which happened at 1:32 in the second quarter. A 15-yard pass from Nathan Bruins to Nick Tangeman to tie the game. The only other score in our ball game came from Minster, and that was a 5:05 mark in the first quarter. A 52-yard pass and catch from Jared Hillsman to Austin Brown to put Minster on top. At that time, 7-0. Marion ties it up. The stat that's probably most disturbing, both these teams came in running the ball very well, but we also knew each defense was pretty good. But when your penalty yards when you have more penalty yards against you than you do rushing yards, that's not a good sign. A number of penalties here in the first half, each team with 5, basically for about the same amount. Minster 5 penalties, 58 yards. Marion Local 5 penalties, 53 yards. Compare that to their rushing numbers. The Wildcats rushed the ball 16 times for 44 yards. Marion Local 16 rushing attempts as well for just 35 yards. So not a lot of offense. Each team kind of hit some big passing plays. Mentioned the 52-yarder from Hillsman to Brown. And then the last scoring drive for the Flyers, twice Bruins and Tangeman hooked up for a 30-yard gain and a 15-yard scoring strike. So the passing yards are a little kind of not there, except you take away those big plays and you hardly have any offense. So we'll see how these teams respond in the second half. Both these teams are very good football teams. Played a little sloppy with the penalties and the turnovers. We didn't mention them. Each Minster a turnover, Marion Local with 3 turnovers. So was it clean? No. Was it pretty? No. But it's a football game, and there's 4 quarters. So you mentioned off air, someone's going to go home shaking their head tonight thinking, boy, if we wouldn't have played so darn bad in the first half, we would have dominated the game. So
very true. And Minster had a real nice opportunity after the one Marion Local turnover, but failed to capitalize. Penalties.
That might have been the 4th and 45.
And they ended up 4th and 45.
Yeah,
and that's the kind of stuff that gives coaches gray hair or loses their hair. Minster will have the football to start the second half. And On the return, the Wildcats come up across the 20-yard line to about the 24-yard line. So they'll do business 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Minster now basically will have a chance to respond to the Marion local scoring drive that they achieved right at the minute 7 mark left to go in the first half. Minster basically came out, didn't really try to do much. The clock basically ran out, so they're going to have a chance now, you know, with their full arsenal, decent field position, 25-yard line, but a chance to put a good drive together, maybe a drive that you can move the chains, keep the offense on the field, keep that Marion local defense on the field, and take care of business when you have control of the ball.
Hillsman will keep it. On the first down play, he'll go left side. He'll pick up about 5 on the play. Matt Rethman, number 10, in on the stop for the Flyers, along with number 74, Dirksen.
Hillsman had 11 rushing attempts in the first half, just 31 yards. He was the Wildcats' leading rusher, and if you look on the other side, the leading rusher for the Marion local Flyers, also their quarterback, Nathan Bruns, 5 carries, 15 yards. So when your quarterbacks, you know, that right now they're their leading ground gainers, and they don't have a lot of yards to show for it.
Schmazing will get the carry this time. We'll call it 3-yard pickup. Let's make it 3rd down and short yardage. Call it 2 yards to go for the Minster first down. Marion local crowd encouraging their defensive unit as the first big play of the second half is upon us. Hillsman will be out of the shotgun. Snap is good. He looks right, runs left. It's going to be short of that first down.
Couple
Host of Flyers, number 44 and number 74.
Darren Hayes in there trying to disrupt that right from the get-go. Nice play by Hayes, the 5'10 junior, and a good job, Dave, defensively for the Flyers. They're going to force a quick 3 and out. Minster really not able to take the control of the second half and will be forced to punt.
Great surge there by Hayes and Dirksen, and they stop Hillsman, so that means Schmazing will be back standing on his 20-yard line to punt it away with 10 minutes to go here, third quarter. Nice high kick, fielded at the 35, and he'll return it about 5. That's Rethman.
Well, Marion local was very good on their last drive. They didn't waste much time at all, Dave. I think it was about a 3-play drive, a 30-yarder from Bruns to Tangeman, a 5-yard run by Bruns, and then a 15-yard strike from Bruns to Tangeman. So that's how they got their only points on the board. We'll see once if they can stay that effective here. They had a good drive to start the ball game, move the ball from their side across midfield, but then self-destructed with a couple penalties. And really were not very consistent or very good until the last possession they had in the second quarter.
Partington will take it. He's the lone back. He's stopped by number 25 for the Wildcats. In on the stop, that's Heitbrink. He makes the tackle, and they're going to try and keep the offense moving quickly here, Jeff.
A little up-tempo, try to get into some rhythm. Again, it all is contingent on how clean you can play.
Bruns, short pass, complete.
Nice outside bubble screen or screen, and very effective as you kind of get the ball to the outside and let your receiver go one-on-one. Got a good block out there as well, which helped Marion local achieve that first down.
That's a first down for the Flyers. So Flyers trying to go up-tempo on offense. Short, smart plays, and Partington in the backfield. Bruns will handle it. He'll roll to his left. Pass is complete and out of bounds. Rethman, or rather Tangeman, I believe, with the catch.
Number
Rethman, 10. With the catch. And that's going to make it second down and third. 8:50 to go. You saw the play there. Clock counting. 7-7. Marion local on the march.
Marion local with that first down here to start the third quarter. Their 8th first down. They had 7 in the first half. Minster just 2 first downs so far in the game.
Out of the I formation come the Flyers. Pitch right side. Habadaz, he'll go across the 40, moves it to about the 38. That's got to be encouraging for Marion local fans as they went outside on the pitch, picked up some nice yardage. And it's
short of the first down. I thought he had it, but they're going to mark it about a yard
just
short.
Shy.
Well, they
third
call
down
for a measurement.
And close.
Finally, they will whistle.
They'll take a timeout to measure it. The officials will bring the chains on. Fortunately, it's on the short side of the field as we want the second half to go just a little faster than the first half.
Unofficially, the first half took 1 hour, 40 minutes. A lot of activity, not a lot of scoring in that first half, obviously, Dave, but a lot of other activity between the penalties, the turnovers. We had some field maintenance work that needed done.
First down, Marion local.
Their second first down already here in the third quarter, so they've done their job offensively, and that's move the chains and try to build some sort of rhythm offensively and try to put it in for the go-ahead score, which would be their first lead of the game.
Trying to get that ball to the outside on the short side of the field. Let's see what happens now. Bruns in the eye. He'll pitch to the right side. Short gain. They're going to say he is down.
We'll take another look. Maybe we'll get a chance to see it.
Local.
Very little gain, or maybe of a yard on the play, but more importantly, the Flyers will keep possession. We'll take a look here as they try to hit Ruin Camp on the outside.
Makes the catch. Oh. Oh.
Okay. Play on.
Play on.
Hard telling. Although it kind of looked like a fumble, but we don't know for sure. So Marion local gets a break.
First and 10. And looking down front, he's
Ruin
going
Camp.
long. Ruin Camp with a catch. And the Flyers near the end zone. Ruin Camp. Good speed along the sidelines.
36 yards on that pass and catch. Take another look out here. Again, good timing, good protection. Ruin Camp snuck behind the Minster defenders. And a tackle or a touchdown saving tackle, at least temporarily, has kept the Flyers out of the end zone.
Let's see how the Flyers handle this first and short yardage. First and goal. Bruns. Right side is Keller, and he's in the end zone. Henry Keller, senior running back, with the touchdown. 1 yard run, and with 7:07 to go here in the third quarter, Marion local takes their first lead of tonight's game.
Pretty impressive offensive drive there. A couple first downs, I think 3 total. Maybe got a break on the catch, the fumble that wasn't ruled or a fumble, but they capitalized and took advantage of it, and their first lead of the game at the 7:07 mark.
Klosterman will try the extra point. Snap is good, kick is up. And it's good. So Marion local takes a 7-point lead here on the first series of the second half, and you can watch Keller take it home. Our score, Marion local 14, Minster 7.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Outstanding drive by Marion local to start the second half. They kept it pretty much on the ground, and they pounded that one home, Jeff.
Kept on the ground, but had the big pass play to Ruin Camp to set up a Henry Keller, the touchdown. He has Jerome Bettis type numbers for the season. That was he had 6 carries for 8 yards and 2 scores coming into the game. So give him another carry there for just a 1-yard touchdown. Jerome Bettis of the Steelers made a career of that near his end of his career, scoring the short touchdowns. Henry Keller, though, his third of the season on the ground rushing, gives his team their first lead of the ball game.
Kick is away. Wildcats with it on the return across the 20. They'll move it to about the 26, and you just got to think that the momentum in this game might be shifting a little bit. We'll have to see. I think this is an important offensive series for the Wildcats.
I thought the first one was important to try to gain some, like I said, Marion had just scored before half, come back and get a good drive, but not able to do so. Just 2 first downs in the game for the Wildcats. So you, again, haven't. But then, Dave, figure this out. They own the time of possession.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Very hard to believe. Of course, one drive that went backwards so much, they probably consumed a lot of the clock. Numbers don't always make sense, but the scoreboard's the only number that does. And
Hillsman's going to go long, and he's got a receiver, Brown again. He's got the catch despite 2 Marion local defenders on him. Minster strikes with a long pass, and they'll have the football at the Marion local 40-yard line.
Well, big pass play. Take another look at it here, and as we talked, they needed something, and they get a bunch.
Boy, he put the money right there. 2 defenders on him. Nice catch by Brown. Nice throw by Hillsman. 1st and 10. Minster.
38-yard line. It was what a way to change or flip the field for the Wildcats on their first play.
Hillsman, he looks to the right side. There goes the pass to Heitbrink. Incomplete pass.
Pass scotched behind the receiver, and Heitbrink not able to secure it before it hit the ground.
So that makes it 2nd and 10. 6:32 to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Beautiful evening for football here at Booster Field. 2 rivals in the MAC, both unbeaten overall in the season at 3-0 and 1-0 in league play. And to top it off, both ranked in their respective divisions, number 1 in the state. Hillsman calls the signals. He'll look right side for Heitbrink. He's going to try and get it to him. Battle for the ball, knocked away by Marion local.
Well, there was pressure on the quarterback, and they got it away just in time. The ball nearly intercepted. It falls to the ground. So a break for the Wildcats. They avoid the sack, and they also avoid a potential turnover.
Good defense there by Ruenkamp. There you see him step for step with Heitbrink. Third down and 10. Hillsman alone in the backfield.
Whistle.
It
wasn't a delay of game, so false start.
Extra step and a false start by the Wildcats.
But a big play to flip the field, and now you're stuck again at 3rd and 15. 15. So,
you look at the first half numbers, the rushing statistics. Minster just simply going to the air a little bit more. Hillsman straight back over the middle. Pass almost intercepted again.
Ruenkamp had his hand in there, number 29, I believe it was. He had the big catch to set up the last touchdown for the Flyers. And after the big pass play, Dave, 4th down for the Cats.
There you see the pass on our replay. Almost picked off by Ruenkamp. Just a little bit high, intended for Schmeezing. That means Isaac Schmeezing will stand at the Minster 44-yard line, and he will punt it away. 4th down, 15 for the Wildcats. Rethman will stand at about the 10-yard line for Marion local. Short kick, it's going to bound at the 20-yard line, and it's going to take a roll to near the 12-yard line or so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Flyers. 6:14 to go. 14-7, Marion local with the lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
See, once the Minster defense, Dave, can make a stand now. I believe it's been 2 possessions for the Flyers, and they've scored 2 touchdowns and have done it rather quickly. Quick time, not much time taken off the clock. So that last drive, very impressive for the first one of the 3rd quarter for the Flyers. So the defense for the Cats going to have to help their offense here and try to get the ball back and prevent the Flyers from another score.
We've got a whistle and we've got a timeout. Timeout on the field. Our score, Marion Local 14, Minster 7, 6:14 to go here in the third quarter. We'll return right after this.
For over 27 years, the knowledgeable, reliable, and experienced staff at Lamb's Insurance Agency has been providing superior auto and home insurance to the people of West Central Ohio and Indiana. The team's understanding of the agricultural community and farming operations is second to none. We support the local communities because we are, well, local. If you are looking for excellent claim service, stop by or call today for your quote. Lamb's Insurance Agency, representing Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Cambria, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Minster takes the timeout. There you
Marion
see
Local
Bruns.
takes timeout.
Marion Local took the timeout. Okay. I'll give it to Partington.
Nice stop there. I believe it was by number 85 of the Cats, Cody Frericks. Nice arm tackle there to limit that offense. Yeah, I'm kind of confused why Marion had to take a timeout. It's odd that.
Not sure.
You waste a timeout. Obviously, you didn't like something. To get a short gain of 3 yards there. Again, I think this is a critical place for the Minster defense.
Yep, Wildcats have to step up. 2nd down and 7. Bruns out of the shotgun. He's going to run the option to the right side. He'll keep it. Big yardage for Bruns across 40, up near midfield. And what a nice play by the Flyers. We haven't seen that particular option.
Well, he had one early in the first half. It was called back because of a penalty. That one takes it from the 16 to the 46, so give him 30 yards rushing there. And he didn't have a lot of rushing numbers coming into the ball game, just 12 carries. But he's done the most of his opportunities here. Now 6 carries on the night for roughly probably close to 50 yards already. And he went untouched until pretty far down the field before he was actually tackled. So good run by Bruns and another first down for the Flyers.
He's going to throw it. He's partially hit, and it'll be incomplete.
That time the Cats able to get a little bit more pressure on Bruns and now allow him to kind of survey the field. That pressure came from number 34, Austin Bainline. As you take another look at it here, 34 coming from the left side of your screen, and
trying to get the pass.
Obviously caused the throw to be off the mark.
Pass intended for Tanner Ungren, number 38 for the Flyers. So it's football resting at the 45-yard line, 2nd down, Marion Local.
Notice 24, Tangeman down here on the bottom of your screen.
He's
had
been
some good
the one
rhythm.
that Bruns has looked to down the middle. Pass incomplete.
Rethman, the intended receiver. Boy, it looked like Tangeman, number 24, had a cushion down here. They didn't go to him. Tangeman in the first half hauled in 5 catches for 101 yards, and those 5 catches match what he had coming in his first 3 games. So Flyers beginning to spread out. We talked a little bit. The wind's not severe, but we did notice the breeze is blowing from right to left. So it is in favor, if you will, of the Flyers. If they want to take advantage of what wind there is, it's going to be behind them.
Bruns, he'll show to the short side. Across midfield, and good yardage for the Flyers.
Hillsman did a nice job making sure. That's a tough play. There was so much separation between him and I think it was Rethman that you're one-on-one on an island. You got to make sure you don't get juked out or that you miss a tackle, because if Hillsman doesn't make the tackle, it's first down for Rethman. And just solid, going right
by
at
Hillsman.
Yep, right at the center of gravity and well short of the first down.
Mesher will kick it away. It's going to
nice
hit at the
hop.
15 and going to go into the end zone.
Just a little too much on that. That'll put it back to the 20.
Put it out there, though, that the special teams would have a shot at downing it, just a tad off and into the end zone. So Minster will have it at their 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And that's good news for the Wildcats as they stop Marion Local on that offensive possession.
What's the first stop they've had since in the first half? Remember, Marion Local had scored on, I believe, their past 2 possessions, and the Minster offense, as well as they started their last time, they did get a first down, a big pass play, but could do nothing once they got the ball into Marion Local territory. Marion Local defense has really done a nice job getting some quick 3 and outs. See once if they can try it again here.
Hillsman in the backfield, Schmeezing next to him. Fakes to Schmeezing, he'll throw it down the middle and passes incomplete.
Heitbrink, the intended receiver there, passed just below, or I should say behind him. Would have been a nice pickup.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 10. Clock stops, 4:34 to go here in the 3rd quarter of action. Minster looks to the sidelines for the play.
Minster's first and only score came way back in that first quarter when Hillsman hooked up with Brown.
Short pass incomplete.
Just off the mark too high. And boy, they've had the 2 incomplete passes. Their time of possession on this drive is going to right now be about 12 seconds. And they're at the verge now of giving the ball back up unless they can come up with 10 yards.
4:31 to go. Pass for Austin Brown just off his fingertips. Clock stops. 3rd down, 10 for Minster. Schmeezing will go wide right. Hillsman.
Oh, first down.
Pass caught by Schmeezing, and boy, on a broken play, Minster comes up smiling and has a first down.
That could have been ugly, but 2 to 4, the combination there, Hillsman to Schmeezing, and Schmeezing not only a nice catch, but he took a hit. Take another look at it right here. That's a dangerous pass. You're coming across the middle. About a step after catch, he made
popped.
contact, but he held on to the ball, and more importantly for the Wildcats offense, a first down on a very difficult 3rd and 10.
Rethman with a nice hit there. They'll go right side, Wildcats. Hillsman across the 45-yard line and up to near midfield. And
12 or 13-yard gain, and you're right, back-to-back big plays by the Wildcat offense, this time by Jared Hillsman.
There's a reason why he was the MAC Offensive Player of the Year. And Hillsman has the Wildcats on the move as they near midfield. Football at the Minster 48, 3:52 to play.
Back-to-back first downs. Remember, they only had 2 first downs the entire first half.
Schmeezing, left side.
Ooh.
Picks up 2 yards, and our friend the flag comes into vision.
It looked like Schmeezing, when he went down, looked like he landed on the back of his teammate's leg, and everybody's up and walking around. That's a good sign, although there is a penalty flag, a holding call against the Wildcats. I think Anthony Bainline might have been the lineman that I was.
Anthony Bainline, number 50, yeah.
Not that he was a penalty, but he might have been the one that got rolled up on when Schmeezing was tackled.
Big penalty here against Minster. That's going to drop them.
11-yard penalty. Now it's first down again, 1st and 21.
Long yardage for the Wildcats. Let's see what happens. They await the signal as it comes in. Hillsman. He'll be the only one in the backfield. Schmeezing to the right side. He looks that way, but Hillsman will go up the middle across the 40. He'll take it to near the 43-yard line.
Better than nothing. It's a 5-yard pickup. You still have just now 2nd down.
2nd down, and we'll call it about 16 or so. Long yardage.
They've come up this drive already with some big plays, a 3rd and 10, and then another 13-yard run by Hillsman. So they've come up with some big yardage plays, but you hate to have to rely on those 3rd and longs every time, or that you have to have a big play to keep the ball, the possession.
Short pass over the middle is good.
About a 10-yard gain, but remember the penalty still about
looms.
6 or 7 to go. But you're right, a short, safe, consistent, or short pass, safe pass. It's positive yards, and this puts you in a third and manageable.
Took the look to Schmeezing, and then as you can see on the replay, I think it was Brown with the catch.
That is correct. Number 14 is Austin Brown.
3rd down and 7.
Heitbrink way down here on the right side.
He comes across the middle, but penalty marker on the play, and pass was incomplete, but that looks like interference possibly on Marion Local.
Was the ball tipped before the interference? I wonder if it was, or it was just high to begin with, but there are markers down. If
Let's see what it is.
It's against Marion Local. That'll give them a 1st down.
1st down Wildcats.
I thought maybe if it was tipped, if that happened before the contact, then there's no penalty, but no argument made, and it's a 1st down, a big 1st down. So remember, this was 3rd and what, or 1st and
3rd and 16
well, 1st
at one
and 21,
time.
I think, at
21,
one time.
and at one point,
so
16 yards. So
you want to stay in system, and system is not when you go backwards in penalty yards. You want to keep it in between the chains.
Hillsman fake handoff, Schmeezing over the middle. And again, it's number 34. Is that Bainline?
Augie Bainline.
He'll make the catch, and he'll pick up 8 yards on that. His first reception.
That might be his first reception all season.
There you see it.
So his first one is a big one, and makes it 2nd and short.
Hillsman, he's in trouble. Downfield, pass incomplete.
Incomplete. I thought there was going to be a holding call as Hillsman was under pressure, and his blocker, trying to do what he could to make sure he wasn't blindsided, appeared to grab a jersey. But no penalty. The ball does go incomplete.
That makes it 3rd down and short, 3rd down and 3.
Let's take a look at that one
again.
It might have been we'll take number 4. I think it was Schmeezing.
Yep, he grabbed his shoulder and jersey.
3rd and 3.
Hillsman, he'll fake the Schmeezing. He'll run it. He'll have the 1st down. Penalty marker. Touchdown Minster, but unfortunately there is a flag.
Holding on the Wildcats.
At the 24-yard line.
Well, they may have missed the one before, but they caught this one. I didn't see it, but
all sorts of things flying from the Minster sidelines.
So take away the would-be touchdown run, and instead of 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3, it's now going to be probably 3rd and 13 again. 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12.
Let's see where everything settles down. The football is going to be placed at about the 36, 37. Yeah, right there you go. Right there's the hold. Hands grabbed, and I don't think you're allowed to do that.
only if you don't get called for it.
But by the same token, it was similar to what happened the play before, and they didn't call it.
Well, 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13. We got 1:05 to go here in the 3rd quarter on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, and we got a penalty, and that might be delay a game.
Procedure. I assume maybe it was delay. I thought I heard procedure, so 3rd and 18.
So it's football goes all the way back to the 41. As not a pretty night for really anybody so far, though Marion Local has kind of shrugged off some of the offensive problems they had in the first half. Hillsman, he's going to go long. Right side, Schmeezing. Pass is almost intercepted by Ruenkamp. And it's going to set up a 4th down and 18, and that means that Minster will punt the football and take a look at it again. Hillsman going long, looking for Schmeezing, but Ruenkamp Can't quite hang on to it, but actually a good defensive play by the offensive player to prevent the interception. Schmeezing stands at the 46 of Minster. Good snap. His kick is away. Ruin Camp at about the 15, trying to get outside. He'll go out of bounds and stop the clock with 48 seconds to go, and Marion Local will have the football.
Well, the Minster Wildcats again had opportunities. Remember, a touchdown called back due to a penalty, and then basically successive penalties really put them in a hole they couldn't overcome, and had a nice drive, though. They did come up with some first downs, and hopefully can carry that over to the next chance. But, boy, self-destruction when they got near scoring situations.
Marion Local 1st and 10. Football at the 19.
Bruns has been effective on the ground.
Bruns is going to take a short pass. It's completed. Pickup of a couple of yards. Parkington with the catch. Call that second down and about 5 or so. Clock counting down, as you can see.
Parkington, that catch there. Not many catches on the year, just one catch coming in. That one a short 5-yarder.
Habadaz, he'll go to the right side, and a gain of a yard or so. That's going to be the
last play of the quarter.
Last play of the quarter. So the third quarter is history. Our score, Marion Local 14, Minster 7. We'll be back with the final quarter of play right after this.
Brand presence is everything. Is it time to create a video that promotes your business? NKTelco has a solution with NKT Productions. NKT Productions can create a national caliber commercial or video specifically to your business needs and demographics. Utilize NKTelco ad insertion and your video is made available to 6,000 plus subscribers in 8 local communities on 23 major networks. Take advantage of the overwhelming traffic that video gets. Visit nktelco.net for more information.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Fourth quarter about to begin, and Marion Local will have the football. And boy, a drive here for Flyer fans would be a huge turn in this one.
Yeah, they could really put, if they get a score on this drive, eat some clock up, really put the pressure on the Minster offense, who hasn't done a lot. Although their last possession, they did get some first downs, and that one will be enough for a first down. But
Tangeman with the catch there.
He's had a nice night.
He's having a great night.
Running game maybe hasn't been as good as what the Flyers like. Habadaz has kind of been held in check. They've gotten some good ground yards from their quarterback, Nathan Bruns, but it's been Tangeman, number 24, that's had a nice night. He comes up with a possession-saving catch there, enough to move the chains. And
here comes the pitch, right side. Looks like a gain of about 3. Let's call it 2nd down and 7, and that's Habadaz. Nolan Habadaz with the run. The junior for the Flyers has the football at the 34-yard line.
He's a junior. Nathan Bruns is a junior. Nick Tangeman, junior.
Is a junior.
So, and remember, Tangeman and Bruns, 6'4", 6'6", respectively. That's a mismatch a lot of times that they can exploit against the smaller defensive backs.
Partington on the run. The fullback moves forward to just short of the 35-yard line.
Again, here comes that big play as the Minster defense trying to rally their fans a little bit here. This is a big play. You know, they force a punt now, gives the ball back to the offense. a lot of time left, but boy, if Marion Local could go down the field and take some time off the clock and get some points, you just feel like that would be a difficult hole for the Flyers to dig, or for the Wildcats to dig out of.
3rd down and 7, 10.5 to go in this one. Bruns with the football. Look left now, goes down over the middle. Pass caught by
Ruencamp.
Ruencamp with the catch.
A 16-yard pickup when they needed it the most. So huge throw from Bruins, a nice catch from Ruencamp.
Take a look at Bruns. The junior quarterback looks to his left, and then down the middle is Ruencamp. Nice pass, nice completion. Ruencamp comes down into Minster territory. Partington with the carry.
Again, the ground game has not been there other than Nathan Bruins himself running it, but the passing game has been much more effective here as of late for the Flyers. And that last catch made by Ruencamp, he's a 6-foot senior, kept that drive alive for the Flyers.
Koenig brings the play in for the Flyers. Bruns under center this time as they operate out of the eye. Here comes pitch right side. Minster reads it well. Gain of perhaps a yard.
About 3 feet. It's like they just keep running it almost to keep the Minster defense just honest, because although there's not much room for Haberdaz as of late, it just seems like if you get Minster all focused on the run or the pass, one slight crease or hole, Haberdaz could take it to the house.
Flyers working the clock a little bit. It's 9 minutes to go in this game. Bruns right side fakes the option. He'll move upfield. Nice gain across the 30, and he has the first down for Marion Local. Big first down that keeps that clock a-moving.
Again, needed just what he got, and that was enough for the 6'6", 190-pound quarterback. And again, he's only had 12 attempts rushing the ball this year. He's had well over that much. Probably he had 6 carries in the first half, and he's probably going to equal that rushing total, but he's had some very good yardage tonight against the Wildcats.
Out of the I formation, Haberdaz left side. He's got a hole. He gets through it, slips across the 25 to the 24. Gain of about 4 yards. Let's call it 2nd down and 6. Slowly but surely, Marion Local moving downfield with yet another time-consuming drive. Let's take a look at that one.
Did they not start the 4th quarter with the ball? So they've had it. They had a 3rd and 4 coming out of the 3rd quarter break, and they converted on a first down and then have had it now 4 minutes already here in the 4th quarter.
There's the fake, play action. Almost intercepted.
Yeah,
I think that's Bainline, had that in his hands.
Mesher, the intended receiver, but ball thrown behind, as you mentioned, and nearly coming up with a huge interception would have been Augie Bainline.
You can see him roll right, pressure on him by Heitbrink. Here comes the throw, and
should have maybe had that. That was close. Tough one. Yep. Obviously, slow motion, much easier to see it, but definitely when you get 2 hands on the ball, you like your chances more times than not.
Good defense by Minster. Clock stops now at 7:54 to play in this one. 3rd down and 6.
Marion's going to take a timeout. There's a play clock.
Marion Local takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout here at NKTelco Sports. Our score, Marion Local 14, Minster 7. We'll return right after this.
Carriage Works has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. Carriage Works thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. Carriage Works now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. Carriage Works has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for Carriage Works. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different. We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
7:54 to go in this one. 3rd down and 6 for Marion Local. 3rd down play. Bruns looks right side all the way. Pass incompleted.
Bruenkamp, the intended receiver, again a Minster defender in the area, maybe made that a little bit more difficult to catch.
Now we've got a 4th down.
Take another look at it here. Again, decent protection for Bruins. And the ball maybe tipped.
May have been tipped there.
Nice play by number
Is that
13.
Hoying? Or Kettner? Hoying.
Or
13. Jacob Hoying on the defense there for the Flyers, or for the Wildcats rather.
Well,
4th down and 6.
If you thought
7:50 to go.
If you thought 3rd and 6 was big, this is maybe
even bigger. Let's see. Bruns going to the right side. He's in trouble. He's going to try and scramble. Over the middle. It's
Tangeman.
Near the end zone. It's going to be down just short of it.
Nick Tangeman, again, a lot of time for Bruins to look, but Tangeman finds an opening. I believe it's a 25-yard catch.
Tangeman is having a career night for the Flyers. What a nice catch and run by him. As you can take a look at it again.
Huge possession receiver.
Almost got in.
I believe it was a 25-yard pickup. More importantly, 1st down, and boy, you're on the goal line here for the Flyers.
Your man Keller's in there, Jeff, and he puts it in the end set.
1
He's
yard.
in the end zone. Mr. Automatic. Keller gets it in. 7:20 to go. And Marion Local finally has some breathing room in this battle with Minster. 20-7 now our score as Klosterman comes on the field. Alex Klosterman, a sophomore. Try the extra point, number 87.
Well, if my numbers are right, Keller came in with 6 rushing attempts for 8 yards. Tonight he'll have 2 carries for 2 yards and chalk up 2 more touchdowns.
Klosterman booms that one through, and with 7:20 to go in this one, Marion Local, you see Keller with the touchdown run. Our score, Marion Local 21, the Minster Wildcats 7.
I happened to pivot wrong and hurt my knee. I ended up tearing my ACL. It hit me pretty hard because I love playing lacrosse. I met my surgeon and he made me feel confident about being able to get back into playing lacrosse. They always just took such good care of me, and they really were confident in what they were doing, which made me feel confident that I would be able to get back to playing lacrosse.
I don't think he had any rushing yards in the
7:20 to go in this one. Marion Local's Keller rushes in for a 1-yard touchdown, and boy, it's a big score, Jeff.
That is, considering how well the Marion Local defense has been playing. Minster's not been able to get more points on the board since that touchdown strike way back in the first period. Now, Minster has put together a couple drives where they've been able to get a couple 1st downs, but self-inflicted penalties have caused them to go backwards, and then they've not been able to overcome those deficits. So down 2 scores right now. Not only is the Flyers defense a problem, but you're running out of time with just over 7 minutes left in the ball game.
Mesher with the kickoff, and Schmeezing with the football. And Marion Local special teams rise to the occasion that time, and Minster will have it just across their 20-yard line.
Well, the Wildcats have big play capability. We've seen it tonight with that long touchdown strike in the first quarter. They're going to need something in a hurry, and then obviously their defense is going to have to come up big just to get the ball back from the Flyers. And you go back to that last possession the Flyers had in the first half, very efficiently, a 3 or 4 play drive. Near half, they score. Of their probably 4 possessions here in the second half, they've scored on a couple of them, so their offense has been much crisper the past few touches they've had the hands on the ball.
And they took a huge amount of time off that clock here in the fourth quarter
about
of that drive.
Almost 5 minutes. plus what they had to start in the third quarter.
So time of possession, I would think, would start to swing back towards Marion Local's advantage.
Yeah, it was dominated by the Wildcats, and at halftime, at the end of the third quarter, Minster still held a 31-17 margin time of possession. Marion Local now held it almost 5 minutes here to start the fourth quarter.
Hillsman, he'll go to the right side. Oh, and it's nice defensive play by the Flyers.
You look back at that last touchdown drive of the Flyers had, Dave, and remember, it's a game of plays. Remember the rollout where Bruins threw it down, I believe it was to Ruencamp, and Minster was, had two hands on the ball, nearly came away with a huge interception.
Yep.
And then probably a play or so later is when Bruins hooks up with Tangeman to get it down to the one, and Keller busts in for his second 1-yard score of the game.
Let's see how Minster looks at a 3rd down and 6. Hillsman, 2 receivers on the short side. Bobbles the snap, and Marion Local applying the pressure there. All sorts of blue and gold on Hillsman. So Minster will be forced with 5:52 to go in this one, and the clock counting down to punt the ball away.
Yeah, about everything that could go wrong in that series went wrong, plus the clock continues to run. Unfortunately, just not the type of possession you want to come out and respond to following a Marion Local touchdown.
Tyler Mesher in on the stop for Marion Local as Schmeezing will stand at the 15 to kick it away.
A lot of time just going by, and nice punt.
Nice punt. Ruencamp, he'll catch it at the 25. Let's see him work it way upfield. 38-yard line is where Ruencamp will come down. So Marion Local 1st and 10 at the 38, and boy, you would think that the Flyers would try to keep it on the ground, though the 2 drives they've had here in the second half have been nice blends of passing and rushing.
Yeah, and more so they've come up with the passing yards. They continue to run the ball, keep Minster's defense honest, but Tangeman has come up big with some huge possession catches. I think Ruencamp as well this half has come up with a couple catches, so it's been a little bit of both, but the big plays seemingly have been through the air.
Partington will move it to near the 40-yard line. Pickup of 3. That'll make it 2nd down and 7. 4:50 to go. Football resting at the 39. Let's call that 2nd down and 8. Marion Local not in a hurry. Clock at 10 seconds. Out of the I formation. Abadaz, he'll go forward.
Again, nice running room for Habadaz this time. A nice hole that he was able to run through and get to now 3rd and 4. If Minster has any chance, they've got to get a stop here on 1st down.
See Kettner with the tackle here, number 12. Comes
Kettner
out of the,
is about 4 or 5 yards past the line
right.
of scrimmage. So nice job by the offensive line, giving Habadaz room to run.
3rd down and 4. Under 4 minutes to play. Pitch left side. Habadaz still on his feet. Has the 1st down. Has more. Uses his speed to the outside. And a big offensive play by Habadaz.
About a 29-yard pickup roughly. Again, when they needed a big play, Habadaz has not had a huge game rushing the ball. Had a fumble early in the contest, but you run, you keep going at it, and bam, the hole's there, and Minster had a chance. He was behind the line of scrimmage when things were kind of congested, but they couldn't get arms on him, and he turns it around for about a 28, 29-yard pickup.
He uses that nice speed that he has to the outside. It's a 1st down as Marion Local's deep in Minster territory. Habadaz will carry it again straight ahead across the 25-yard line.
2 hands on the football.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
That's really right now about the only way Marion Local is going to not earn the victory tonight is if they cough it up here.
Football is just tucked inside the 25-yard line. Abadaz goes out, gets a nice ovation from the Flyer faithful. They'll work out of the I formation as they work the clock. 2:45 to go. Bruns. Partington. He'll pick up a yard or so as Hillsman makes a stop.
Clock continues to run. Marion Local doing what they need to do, keep the ball on the ground, get positive chunks of yards. Haven't seen a holding call recently or a false start, so that's helped with this drive as far as not having negative yards staying in the system.
It's been a good second half for Marion Local. Again, out of the I. Partington in the I, but they'll go to the up back, the fullback. A nice gain there.
Well, that's a change of pace.
That's
Jack Beaning, the fullback.
Jack Beaning, number 40.
6'1", 225, we'll say bruising fullback is number 40 right there. Gets a strong carry, runs over a couple of defenders and falls forward. That's a
Jack says he can take the football, and he can do that Jerome Bettis imitation pretty well, too.
At least he doesn't get up and start dancing
Yeah,
on one foot,
really.
jump to the other foot.
Out of the I formation.
Oh, there's a penalty. And this time there's a minute 38 left, Dave. Marion Local well in control here, and had a battle tonight. I give credit to the Minster Wildcats. They've been dominated scoreboard-wise, if you will, the past few meetings these two teams have played against each other. Minster got them in tournament a few seasons ago. But other than that, Marion Local the past 8 meetings has dominated the Wildcats, beating them 7 times.
The Flyers had a tough first half, and they, the penalties and turnovers just nagged them throughout that first half. But here in the second half, they played very good football, very solid football. And the Wildcats, on the other hand, a lot of mistakes, and that's come back to haunt them.
STPs, sacks, turnovers, and penalties, and that's what hampered the Flyers, and they've improved upon that in the second half. That last drive, if you will, before the end of the first half, and then most of the second half, they've been very clean and spreading the ball around. A number of offensive players for the Flyers have had touches, and more times than not, they've made positive results out of their opportunity.
Marion Local maintained their composure there early in that first half when the turnover created a great opportunity for Minster, and he'll take the knee at 55 seconds. And we're just simply going to watch the clock wind down here at Brewster Field and Maria Stein. And
kind of a respectful move, I think, there, that not trying to put another score on the board, although it's tough on the other side to see that. You have to sit there and accept it, but yet they're showing respect that they know there was a good game, no sense in trying to score again.
They'll take a hard-earned 21-7 victory over Minster as the clock counts down 25 seconds, and Bruins will simply take the knee. And this game is about to be history as the two teams go to the center of the field for the congratulations that'll take place. Marion Local a winner. They move to 4-0. Minster a 21-7 loss. They go to 3-1. We'll be back with our recap right after this.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Back here at Marion Local, the Flyers come away with a hard-fought 21-7 win over Minster in a battle of 2 teams ranked in their respective divisions at number 1. And the first half, a little bit sloppy. A lot of opportunities for Minster. Marion Local hung in there. And then in the second half, the Flyers had 2 excellent drives and played some solid defense and held the Wildcats off to take a well-deserved 21-7 win over Minster, and it was quite a battle here in Maria's time.
Yeah, the score, a 2-point deficit, but very competitive, and you know, it was a little sloppy in the first half. Both teams, I felt, played much better in the second half. Marion Local really improved, only had 2 penalties, if you look at that as a measurement or a stepping stone in the second half, so much better job playing cleanly there. The offense for Marion Local really began to get it grooving and getting a lot of players involved, and turned out to be offensively a pretty good night for the Flyers. They ended the game with 379 yards on 63 offensive plays. Minster just over 200 yards, 205 yards in just 44 offensive plays. And much of Marion Local's offense, 150 on the ground and 228 through the air. So somewhat balanced. Minster just 70 yards on the ground and 135 through the air. So the Flyers definitely in the second half began to get offensively in sequence and got some good rhythm.
And Marion Local just an outstanding defensive unit too.
Did.
That's 4 games and they've proven that. And
they've given up just now 21 points on the year so far. And receiving for the Minster Wildcats, Jared Hillsman, 18 rushes on 18 carries, 54 total yards. Nolan Habadaz, kind of quiet for much of the night. Ends the game though with 16 rushing attempts for 65 yards. Had a big run at the end of the game, but somewhat held in check. But through the air is where the receiving core, if you will, came into play for the Flyers. Nick Tangeman ends the game with 6 catches for 106 yards. Derek Ruenkamp, 5 catches, 81. They led the Flyers, and they had a number of guys that came up with what I call possession receptions, 3rd and whatever. They came to, whether it was Rethman, whether it was Partington, whoever, Ruenkamp. It was just different guys making the small catches that kept the chains moving. For Minster, a big night receiving-wise. Austin Brown, 4 catches, 107 yards. So Minster's offense had some drives in the second half where they had a chance to score and basically tie it, but had some penalties again, and that took them out of the system, and they couldn't recover. Ended up giving the ball over to the Flyers, and the Flyers took control of their opportunities in the second half.
Good time to talk about our players of the game for the Minster Wildcats tonight. Austin Brown, a young sophomore receiver. Austin, as you mentioned, Jeff, he had an excellent game.
Yeah, the 4 catches led his team to 107 yards, led his team. He scored the first Minster touchdown of the game, put the Cats on top 7-0, a 52-yard pass and catch from Hillsman to Austin Brown. But a nice job by Brown on his efforts tonight, and congratulations to him.
And for the Marion Local Flyers, somebody maybe a little bit underneath the radar, Nick Tangeman, had a great game for the Flyers tonight, and he is the Flyers player of the game.
He likewise had a good night receiving, led his team in not only reception 6, but also in yards 106. Those are both game-high honors for both teams. Nick Tangeman, he also recorded a 15-yard pass from Nathan Bruns just before halftime. That tied the game at 7 apiece. In the second half, also had a big catch that got him down to the 1-yard line. And I believe also in the fourth quarter, his catch maybe kept the drive going on 4th down that didn't get the score, but got his team in position to do so. So congratulations to Nick Tangeman on his efforts this evening.
Players of the game brought to you by NKTelco, and those 2 young men will receive an NKTelco T-shirt for their efforts here this evening. So, taking a look at our sponsors for this evening's contest as we wrap it up from Marion Local. Tonight's game between Marion Local and Minster brought to you by Cy Schwiedemann, Carriage Works, Wilson Health Orthopedic Institute of Southwest Ohio, Kogi Plumbing, Minster Bank, Schwieterman's Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, West Staff, Hometown Opportunity, Lamb's Insurance Agency, 21st Century Kitchens, American Trim, NKT Productions, and NKTelco Sports all bring you tonight's game between Marion Local and Minster. Our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, think first. And NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school boys football on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Friday, September 15th at 11 p.m. Tuesday, September 19th at 7 p.m. And you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. We also would like to thank our crew this evening in the van tonight, Scott Robinson and Isaac Sell. On the camera, Ian Bullheimer and Raquel Bullheimer. Tyler Wolf also on the camera, and our announcers tonight. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me is Jeff Henshin. Our final score from Marion Local. The Flyers prevail. Marion Local 21, Minster 7.